Hey, how's it going everyone? This is ComputerMadMan here, and I'm very happy today to bring this quick, hopefully quick, briefing slash introduction episode to my new Windows 7 versus Windows 10 series, which I mentioned, I think a few months ago in a vlog video I made, basically saying about the two new series that I was making, the first being the Windows 10 top 5 Windows 10, and the Windows 7 versus 10. So I'm just doing this briefing slash introduction episode just to give you guys an overview of how the episodes are going to be planned out. So the first thing I want to say is that in these episodes I'm not going to be biased in any sort of way. I'm going to try and make the test as fair as possible. And the second one, I'm not going to use any explanations for each point during the episodes. Now this may seem a bit boring, but if I do the explanations, the episode is going to take absolutely ages to complete, and it's just going to be very, very long, and I want to keep it short and sweet. So with that out of the way, we're just going to get onto the main categories. So I've split in each of the episodes into main categories. So the first being user interface. So basically the user interface is what we see on the screen when we use certain parts of Windows 7 and 10. So basically it's what we can see, basically, yeah, just as it says, basically what we can see on the screen, and if we couldn't see it, then obviously we wouldn't be able to use it. The second main heading which we've got is performance. Now this is basically how the program or whatever I'm looking at is actually performing. So basically it's how fast it runs, whether it works well, whether it doesn't, and that sort of thing. So without the performance we wouldn't be able to do anything on the program. And the last one in the third main heading is we have features. So basically these are the parts that build up the program and make the program what it is by giving us different types of options and settings to give us more flexibility with the way we use Windows 7 and 10. So next up we have the subcategories. Now in each now out of all the subcategories together, they're going to be rated of a score of out of 10. So basically there is a score of out of 10 for these subcategories. So the first one for user interface, the subcategories for there is ease of use, simplicity. Now this is basically how easy the software is to use, how user-friendly it is to beginners, and does it catch the eye very quickly. The second subcategory is colors. Basically, do the colors make the program look pretty and inspiring, and does it draw the user in to want to use it? Then on to illustrations slash pictures. This basically shows to us pictures, basically just how easy the program is to use, and basically just gives us more sort of knowledge and makes the program look pretty, basically just the same as colors. And lastly, we then have language and understanding, basically, because in computing there are quite a few complex terms and phrases out there. Basically it's just how the program lists the information to make easy for the user to use and understand in their head. Okay, so swiftly moving on to the second subcategory is performance. Now there are 4 for this one. So the first we have is open time. This basically means out of the two comparison which program or element we're comparing opens faster. So very self-explanatory and very simple. Second one is navigation, basically meaning how quick the program is to navigate between certain features, clicking stuff, how fast does it load, how fast does it move across from one thing to the other. Third one we have is errors. So basically are there more errors in one program or the other, and do they restrict us in any way from doing certain things on what we're comparing. And the last one we have for the fourth part is not responding or crashes. The dreaded not responding or crash, one of the most annoying things ever. Does it occasionally tend to just suddenly freeze and halt, or does it does it suddenly crash? Do you have to keep constantly saving all the time to prevent crashing, and things like that, and or even in worst cases blue screen of death. So on to the last subcategory. There are only 2 for this. and in the features section we have simply more or less. Basically this just means, you know, which one out of the comparison, which has more features, which one has less. So very simple. And the last one we then have is which works better. So basically which ones have better functionality, which ones run better, which ones give us better results, you know, and just that sort of thing in general. So altogether, these subcategories give us a total of 10. So basically these will be rated as an out of 10 score. So as you can see on screen now, this is basically going to be a table of how the actual layout is going to be. So it's going to be in a table with the heading on top and kind of a table that says Windows 10 on the left, Windows 7 on the left, sorry, and Windows 10 on the right. And then it will have the subcategory titles in the list, and then it will say, you know, basically, is it a win or is it a loss in each of those subcategories. Now moving on to how the adding/winning is determined. So per subcategory there is only going to be one winner, so if there is a winner, you will see a tick next to the subcategory that has won for Windows 7 or 10, and if it's a loss it will have a X next to it. Now a win equals 1 point, a loss equals no points out of 10. So like I said, this is out of 10, a win equals 1 point, a loss equals no points. So, and if there is a dash on both of them in a line, so no tick, no X, just a kind of dash or a hyphen, basically this simply means a draw, and then both Windows 7 and 10 will then get half a point for that subcategory. So yeah guys, so I think that is basically about it really. Like I say, these categories may not be the same throughout every single video I do. Some of them may be tweaked. This is only sort of a very rough guide at the minute, but I spent all week I've actually got a sheet of paper where I actually wrote down a kind of very structured plan on how I wanted it to be. So like I say, I've spent the time to do this plan because I've tried to make it, you know, as fair as possible and as logical as possible. So yeah, that's simply about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, well, introduction video to the series. Do stick around for the first episode because I think it's going to be quite awesome. If there's anything you think I should have changed or maybe something that I should have added, then comment down below. I'll see you guys later. See ya.